be able to stay in lodging. It also paved the way for future legislation, including the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that protected everyone's right to vote. On the 50th anniversary of this landmark legislation in our nation's history, let us remember all the brave men and women and their contributions to make America a more just and civil society, and acknowledge that there is still work to be done. I want to quote President Johnson's closing words that night when he shared with us and he signed this bill into law. And I quote, "The Civil Rights Act is a challenge for all of us to go to work in our communities, our state, in our homes and in our hearts, to eliminate the last vestiges of injustice in our beloved country." So tonight, I urge every public official, every religious leader, every business and professional man, every working man, every housewife, I urge every American to join in this effort to bring justice and hope to all of our people and to bring peace to our land. My fellow citizens, we have now come to a time of testing. We must not fail. Let us choose to close the springs of racial poison. Let us pray for wise and understanding hearts. Let us lay aside the irrelevant differences and make our nation whole. Let us hasten that day when an unmeasurable strength and our unbounded spirit will be free to do the great work ordained for this nation by the just and wise God, who is our Father of all. And he said, and I quote, "Thank you and good night." We recognize as legislative Black-Caucus how important this day is in our country, and we come to thank President Johnson and all of those leaders who worked hard to bring that piece of legislation. We know it was difficult when we think about to these attorneys how that they still was filibustering and so much going on, and many of our Southern Democrats, a lot of things was happening. Many of you know better than I, but we're just delighted to be able to come and celebrate on this 50th anniversary. Many of my other colleagues would like to share some remarks on this very important piece of legislation that was signed 50 years ago. This time we have